Eighth Sun, are you kidding me? Now, this anime released 2020? I think that was the date it released in. I did not realize when this anime released in. Okay, it's been years since I've done anime review and I haven't checked up or anything. I watched this anime series like recently though. Like I completed it like 2 weeks ago, I think. No, this week only actually. I don't know. Well, by the time this is recorded, most probably it'll be 2 weeks anyways. So by the time I complete this anime, but I'm so excited, dude, to talk about anime after a long ass time because it's been so long since I actually talked about anime. I should talk about anime when my channel started, and it's amazing. It's been so long since I've actually talked about any anime in past. The Eighth Sun, are you kidding me? It's an isekai anime because there has to be an isekai anime every season, every day. Some new isekai anime I hear is just airing somewhere or the other. Nowadays, manhwas are airing. I heard, as of right now, True Beauty's airing, which is manhwa I read, and also there's a K-drama I watch. Yeah, memories. Anyways, yeah, like there's a bunch of stuff that happened in past 4 years, I guess, that I have worked, like, I think so 2 years ago was when I worked on Reincarnation season 3, or was it 3 years ago? Whatever, we're talking about the Eighth Sun, are you kidding me? So this is an isekai anime that was adapted from a light novel written by YA, apparently. I'm reading this info from Wiki, alright, don't hit on me if I don't know what this shit is. I just watched the anime, I want to give my opinions on it, okay? So it tells the story of Shingo Ichinomiya, a 25-year-old office worker who suddenly finds himself reincarnated as Wenlin One Benno Bone Master. There we go, I said it. I'm never gonna say it again. I'm just gonna call him Wenlin after this. Or Wendy, as everybody calls him. Wait, I don't think that they call him Wendy. I think so they call him Wen. Whatever, I'm gonna call him Wendy. The eighth son of a poor noble family in a fantasy world. The anime explores his journey as he discovers his extraordinary magical abilities and navigates the complexities of his new life. I know it's a typical plot, but I wanted to just watch something, okay? It's been some time since I watched an anime. Actually, it's not been that long since I watched an anime. I still watch anime regularly, but I don't talk about it as much. The story begins with Wendling, who quickly realizes that being the eighth son of a noble family is not as glamorous as it seems. With little inheritance and a bleak future ahead, Wendlin's life takes a turn when he discovers his talent for magic. He decides to use his abilities to rise above his circumstances and make a name for himself in this world. As Wendlin's powers grow, he attracts the attention of various figures, including the royal family, other nobles, and adventurers. The anime follows his journey, an obscure noble son to a powerful mage, as well as friendships, challenges, and enemies he encounters along the way. So that's Wendlin's journey, or Wendy's journey, we would say, in this whole anime. It's the basic plot overview that I'm giving you guys, and well, there is a lot of positives I went through and noted, as well as a lot of negatives that I went and noted. In fact, the negatives outweighs the positives, but I'll still say this was a pretty fine anime in my anime list terms, because my anime list terms list 6 stars of fine, so I would say that's what this anime was. Yeah, I'm giving the review ahead of before I'm talking about why it's like that, right? That's crazy. I used to like do it at the end. Now I'm just saying it's a 6. it's like a perfect 6. Like, you can put that 6 in the middle and I'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Actually, it's a perfect 6. Anyway, now, what is the positive thing about this anime? The world building. The fantasy world in this anime is rich and detailed, with a well-structured society that reflects the class differences and power struggles common in medieval settings. The anime does a good job at illustrating the hardships faced by lower-ranking nobles and the challenges of navigating the rigid social structures. I think that was well done in the anime, the world building. It actually showed how Wendy and his whole family is a poor noble, unlike some of the nobles who are rich, and how they are vassals of those nobles, and how they have to struggle to live their daily life. Kind of reminds me of a middle-class situation which they are in. But yeah, like, they have to like live this daily life, and they are having a hard-ass time living that life. The second good thing about this anime was the magic system. The magic system in this anime is intriguing and well explained. Wendy's journey in mastering his magical abilities is one of the most engaging aspects of the series. The show delves into different types of magic, magical creatures, and limitations of magic, which adds depth to the story. Now, I'm not going to talk about the magic systems that much because, yeah, the magic was great. Like, there's so many different things in this, but there's also something else that outweighs this magic system, and we'll get to that as well. Then there's also the character development. In the character development, I'd say the main positive aspect of the character development was Wendy. Wendy was freaking well developed, and I will say he evolves from a confused young boy into a confident and powerful mage. That's great. And the support characters are basically his support characters that support him to go there. They all have a unique backstory and motivation, but I'll get into that later on in the negatives on why that is bad as well. When it comes to visuals and animation, the animation is generally good. I like it, except for when it's really like time to like get into the fight. The CGI is terrible. The CGI just is straight up terrible. Otherwise, the animation is generally just good in my point of view. I think it's not bad in any way. It's not amazing. It's not great. It's not a masterpiece. It's right there on the good scale. It's not like average, but a good animation. And but the CGI is straight up terrible. Like, straight up terrible. I hate how it looks at times when a really like big dragon, a CGI made dragon is fighting Wendy, and I'm like, but he looks really bad. Am I supposed to get excited for this fight? The humor and lighthearted movements are another thing about this game, despite a game. It's been so long since I've done anime, I say games. I have to say anime. Despite its serious undertones, the anime has good balance of humor. Wendy's reaction to his situation, along with the antics of his friends, provide comic relief that keeps the story from becoming too heavy. Now, I'm fine with that, honestly, because the series mainly like focuses on being a bit lighthearted while keeping that heavy tone going, but they also try too hard at times. Again, we'll talk about it in the negatives, which I'm going to get into now. One of the biggest drawbacks of this anime is most probably the pacing issues. The story sometimes rushes through important plot points, making it difficult for the viewers to fully grasp the gravity of certain situations. Because of this rushed pacing, it often leads to a lack of emotional impact and makes some of the characters' decisions feel abrupt and unearned. Like the finale of this anime, let's just say that. I don't think anybody will reach it, but the finale, the finale of this anime was like trash because of how rushed it felt. I couldn't feel the emotional impact. It was what the hell? There's the second major issue. It's a very common issue in Isekai, but it has been done right in Isekai. Overpowered protagonist. It has been done right in Isekai. Wendy's magical abilities are fascinating. His rapid progression into an overpowered character is just too convenient. Like, really, it diminishes the tension in the story, as there's rarely any sense of danger or challenge for Wendy. It also reduces the opportunity for character growth, as it faces fewer obstacles than truly tests his resolve, really. Because, like I said, overpowered characters in Isekai anime has been done right. Best example, I can give you Slime. Slime is a friggin' overpowered character. In his world, he would be considered as overpowered. Not too overpowered to a point where he overpowers everybody, but he is still a good overpowered character. I'd say Overlord. Overlord's main character, Momonga. Powerful. Really, really powerful character. But never felt like this sense of like just too convenient happening with him. There is more examples of Isekai that I can't remember. No, Kirito is not a good overpowered character. And I am an anime watcher. I don't know what happened in the light novels, but Kirito is not an overpowered character, especially in Season 3. I watched Season 3. He's not overpowered in that. And Season 3 was freaking amazing for Sword Art Online, alright? So, no. But I can't remember right now, but off the bat. But there are a few overpowered characters that, like, I am pretty sure if shown to me, I can say, oh, that's an overpowered character done right in an Isekai anime. So, yeah. Moonlit Fantasy actually is also a good example of it. I really like that anime as well because it was friggin' amazing with the overpowered character. I'll get to doing Moonlit Fantasy next, actually, because I really want to talk about that anime, and it's really underrated. I think a lot more people should be watching that anime if they want to watch an Isekai anime. Now, support characters. I wanted to talk about them. This is a very, very common issue when it comes to Isekai animes. Supporting characters are pretty interesting, I'd say, but the anime doesn't spend enough time developing the stories. Many of them just have that untapped potential I'm looking for, that they often feel like they're just there to support Wendy's journey rather than having their own meaningful arc. This lack of depth just kind of makes them feel one-dimensional. Good example for this is like the two girls that he has. They just want to be his concubine because why not? They'll be a noble. What? Is there any depth to that? I don't think so. Like, sometimes one-dimensional characters work, yeah, true, but not always. Like, even a knight that he has, a retainer that he has, it just feels like he's there just to be there, really. He doesn't do anything special. Even in the tournament arc, it is very, like, underwhelming, I would say. And his to-be wife just feels like the only character out of the supporting cast who kind of has some kind of meaning in the whole anime to this progression. Other than the other characters just feel like they're there to be there to progress the plot. What? I have seen good isekai animes with good supporting characters. Again, Slime is a good example. They have so many good characters, the Slime anime. For example, let's just say Gopta. Gopta is a good character, as much as you guys want to deny it, for supporting cast. For supporting cast, some of these characters are genuinely really, really good. Same goes with Moonlit Fantasy. Again, I want to talk about it. It's a great anime that I want to talk about. Again, I can't remember on top of my head, but I have watched some seriously good isekai anime, which have good supporting characters as well. Now, another issue that comes with this isekai anime and like thousands of isekai anime, way too predictable. The story just does not take too many risks, and this leads to being it very generic. It's very similar to a lot of isekai stories that are out there, and really just if you have free time you can watch this. I watched it because I had free time. If I didn't, I wouldn't have. And I was like, I wanted to watch something, so I watched this. Finally, there's the limited exploration of the world. Despite the rich world building, the anime doesn't explore its world to its full potential. There are many aspects of the society, magic, political and dynamics that are touched upon, but just not fully fleshed out. This leaves us, the viewers, wanting more depth and context, particularly understanding the broader implications of Wendy's rise of power. Now, predictable plot wouldn't have been an issue, because there's a lot of isekai anime which do have predictable plot. But what is the issue is the execution. If I know how the plot is going to go, I want to see how it's been executed, right? Like, if I am looking at Kirito fighting someone else, I'm taking an example of Kirito. Let's say Kirito is fighting one of the villains. I know he's gonna win, but I'm still excited to see how he wins. What is the way he's gonna do it? What is the depth? What is the challenges he needs to go through to win against this guy? Like, that is what I'm looking for in the overpowered category list. Like, what are the challenges? Even though you're overpowered, how are you gonna make it challenging? Like, let's just say something like Anos Voldigod. Well, Season 1 was good, Season 2 was trash to what I heard. I haven't watched Season 2. But let's just say Anos Voldigod. He's very overpowered to a point he can just hear his heart and you'll die. His heartbeat, to be exact. So, like, what are the unique ways that this will work? That's just not there. And all this magic, society, political drama and everything, all this is in this world, but they're never fleshed out. They're never brought out fully. They just said that, oh, here you go. I'm putting you in this village because your bread is trash. There's a lot of reason. You're good, your bread is trash, so you have to go in this village. That's really not what I'm looking for. Well, while the Eighth Sun, Are You Kidding Me, is most probably a fresh of, like, it's a mix of fresh air, I would say, in the isekai genre. It's pretty generic. It does have a well-constructed fantasy world and interesting magic system. It also has engaging character developments, and particularly for its protagonist Wendy. However, it suffers some pacing issues and overpowered main character, and a lack of depth in the supporting cast and world building. For fans of Isekai genre, this anime provides a familiar yet entertaining experience, but it may not stand out as a must-watch series. Listen, I'm bad at speaking any language. That's what my friends told me. I don't know to speak any languages, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing speaking English. Its predictable plot and missed opportunities for deeper exploration might leave viewers wanting more. Overall, it's solid, but not exceptional addition to the genre. Best suited to look for those light, magical adventure with moments of humor and excitement. Again, my rating for this, 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but not to a point where I would say, whoa, I burped. I wasn't expecting that. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed it to a point where I will give it a good rating, or I would give it a great rating. It was a fine anime, a 6 out of 10. For a lot of people nowadays, 6 out of 10 means 6 out of 10 means it's a bad anime. It's not a bad anime if it's 6 out of 10. It's a bad anime when you go below 5. When it's like 4, 3, 2, 1. That's where you cut into territory like, oh yeah, this anime bad. This anime really bad. But this one isn't bad. I think this one is pretty enjoyable. It has some boring moments, I agree. You can just skim through it. And then there are some good moments, I will tell you. And yeah, this is a harem anime for anybody watching it. So if it's not your territory, it's not your turf, stay away from it. Totally understandable. There are a lot of people who don't want to watch an harem anime and just want to watch good anime with good plot. Not saying harem anime don't have good plot, but I'm just saying with something like singular action maybe, or maybe a singular romance, something which I'll cover eventually, maybe in the future. My next anime that I'm going to cover is Moonlit Fantasy. I have been wanting to cover this anime for quite some while. I read the manga, I watched the anime. I haven't read the light novel, but I'm really excited to talk about Moonlit Fantasy. Until next time, boys, peace out. I used to do anime reviews back in the days, so it feels weird that it's been so many years since I've done an anime review. I don't even remember what was my last anime review. I think Oregairu. I think so. That was my last anime review. Maybe the season 3 of Oregairu, and how I was like complimenting how like stuff went down and everything. I finally got to do an anime review now. Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Vonsky again. And yeah, I'm doing an anime review, and as the title says, this is an anime review for